Hello! Happy Wednesday! Wilderness Wednesday! I love my Wilderness Wednesday. I love that it is even just called Wilderness Wednesday, because when Wednesdays come around, it automatically pops into my head, oh, that's right, it's Wilderness Wednesday. And it makes me go, how am I going to connect to the wilderness today? No matter what's going on, no matter what I'm feeling. Today I actually have, hey Laura, today I actually have a planned meetup. So if anybody local is watching and didn't know about this or didn't respond and wants to go with us to Wilderness Wednesday today, we will be meeting at 11 a.m. Please PM me. And that way, hey Krista, if you want to go with us this morning at 11 a.m., please PM me. That way I know that you're coming and I can get you all the details. So, Wilderness Wednesday, yay! So as Travis and I finally got a chance to just connect yesterday, he got home early from work. I'm 2 minutes early. I think you just caught it. I usually go on at 7:58. And that way it gives time by 8 o'clock people can catch me. Because sometimes it takes a long time for it to say, you are live. Yay. So I'm glad you caught me anyway. So we finally got a chance to hang out. He's been working and doing band stuff like crazy. And we connected, and it made me realize that when his schedule used to be like that, when it used to be, it's 11 my time, right? You're already there. You're like, I'm ready to go Wilderness Wednesday. Laura's there. She's ready. So when Travis, so I was remembering, I love to like look back at my life 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and the feelings that would come up within me and how they're different now, and the tools and the techniques and the things that I've learned to grow and be where I am today. Because I feel like that's what I'm meant to share. And so that's where the topic or the theme for today was, never feel lonely again. And as I was connecting and like snuggling with Travis and reconnecting with him, it reminded me that when the kids were really little, I felt so lonely. Even though I had 2 little kids, I felt so lonely. And it was like I could never get enough. I would be in a room full of people. I would be, I would have people all around. And yet the loneliness was still there. Do you guys ever feel that or think that? I know it's a little bit, and if it's not loneliness, sometimes it can be a feeling of feeling lost or completely distracting yourself. I've been talking with a lot of women lately who are getting really aware, mainly because of day 21. Day 21. Because 20 days of awareness has been allowing them to see how they either have been throwing themselves into distraction or been really making it clear about their feelings. And distraction's been a good one. And when we're distracted, when we sit on Facebook, when we play games on our phone, when we veg out and watch TV right when we get home, all these distraction tools really help us not feel lonely, right? Because we are completely distracted and we don't have to dive in deep to see whether we're feeling lost or lonely or alone or abandoned or confused. All of these things bring up a lot of uncomfortability within us. So as this thought came into my mind of, wow, never feel lonely again. And I realized that when I started spending really deep, intense time in nature and connecting with nature in a different way, of really seeing that the trees were there for me, seeing that the earth was there for me, supporting me, literally wanting me to put any negative or any uncomfortable or any feelings of lost or loneliness into the earth. When I really started, and I thought, how perfect, it's Wilderness Wednesday, that I would get this thought, that nature is there for us. If we can Go to a wild space. Even if you're in the city, there are wild spaces everywhere. Even in New York, there's an entire park in the biggest city that has a sense of wild in it. You can find a wild place in it. So I hear people all the time, I live in the city. I know. You can go find a place to go sit amongst the trees. It might take you a 5-minute drive, but I'm telling you, there is wild right next to you. So go and connect with nature. But I think there's even a bigger piece, which I often don't like to talk about, and that is the God piece. So I don't mean God in the religious Christianity source of God. I mean spirit, but more than spirit, because I feel like I had this big realization yesterday that ever since I started on my path, I've been very much pushing God away, right? It was very uncomfortable for me. I didn't want to step back into religion. And I'm reading this book, In Tune with the Infinite. And the whole book is about being in tune with the infinite, which is God. And he points out a lot of really amazing points about the fact that God is not any certain religion. God is simply the source that created. It's simply the creative source that started all of this. And we, being creative beings, are closer in likeness to God than any other being out there. The trees cannot necessarily create. They can only unravel and unfold. And it was really interesting. So I want to share just a story that he said in this In Tune with the Infinite book. He talks about how when a tree is going through and fall is coming and he's starting to lose his leaves, if he is to hold on, if the tree holds on to its leaves longer than necessary and refuses to let go of what no longer serves it, it will have no room for new blooms in the spring. So I thought that was such an amazing way to share. If we refuse to hold on to the fact that there's a possibility that we could let go of feeling lost, if we let go of the thought that life is going to always be this unraveling mess and that our healing journey is always going to hurt, if we let go of the possibility that we don't have to always be lost, if we let go of the possibility that, if we let go of the thought that I don't know my life's purpose or I don't know my soul's calling and I see these other people who are living life and I will never be that way. If we let go of those thoughts, right? Just as the tree, come the season to let go of thoughts and let go of its leaves, if we, like the tree, let go of things that are no longer serving us, there's going to be a barren time, right? In between the tree losing its leaves is winter. But then spring comes. So while I'm working with a lot of new women one-on-one, and I know a few of you are going to start with me in August. And if you're thinking about starting with me, I want to just share this real fast because I'm really excited about it. So if you would like to do the Discover Your Rhythm 3-month program, which is going to be 3 months now because I wanted to do it seasonally. And so if you would like to be in the Discover Your Rhythm 3-month program, it's going to start mid-August. And we are going to take it for 3 months. And then, so if you would like to just sign up for the Discover Your Rhythm program, the 3-month program, it's a group program. It's only $147 for 3 months of group mentoring, okay? And then, but if you would like one-on-one mentoring, if you even get 1 time per month mentoring with me, you're going to automatically get into the Discover Your Rhythm program. I was really I'm so excited about it. I didn't want anybody to have to choose to have one-on-one mentoring or be in the Discover Your Rhythm program, because I know that might have been pushing it for some people to have 2 payments. So, yay! That's that. I'm so excited because I think that's going to really be exciting for some people who didn't think it was possible to do both. So, So as I'm working with a lot of new women, there is some really heavy unraveling going on. This is what I was getting to. So as this unraveling is happening and as the leaves are falling away through awareness, right? Once we become aware of habits and conditions and limiting beliefs, there's this time period of letting those fall away, right? The leaves have to drop, but then there's this winter that happens. And as the winter happens, it can feel very lonely. We can feel very disheveled. We can feel very angry. We can feel like our whole world is falling apart. But it is not. It is simply the winter season in our lives. And to go connect with nature, connect with spirit in a way that you've never connected with spirit. Learn about an angel guide, learn about a spirit guide. Go deep into a shamanic trance and find your animal spirit guide. Go deeper so that you don't feel lonely, because we are not lonely. If God does not resonate with you and you cannot imagine feeling like God is there because you have this thing like I did that like disconnected your brain so that you couldn't connect with God, or that word, right? Goddess might be something that you can connect with. Like the frog, which is your new spirit animal, right, Laura? Like the frog, transformation. I mean, the frog gets born thinking that it's just going to swim its whole life. And then it starts like evolving and seeing, wow, look at the older frogs. They can get out of the water. Is that possible? You know what I mean? As they evolve and transform. So yes, Laura, that's so right on. And as we really dive deeper, I want each of you, if you can even just find a tree that you can call upon that spirit guide of the tree, the grass, a flower, whatever it is, just start opening up to the fact that you are not alone. We are not alone on this journey. Yours is a snake. Again, crazy transformation. Yes. I mean, look at the snake shedding its skin. It goes through this really irritated, like almost owie. It's very irritated while it's shedding. And yet when it's shed, it grows and it's so beautiful and shiny, right? So these transformational experiences, when we become to the point that we're going to start shedding or we're going to start transforming, healing is happening. There is a very much an uncomfortableness, just as the tree sheds its leaves. And when the leaves fall and it really lets go, it now can just be. It can go within, right? It goes dormant. It can go within and it can be. And then in the spring, oh my gosh, beauty and green and colors and amazingness can burst forth. So while we're on this journey together, while we're traveling on this beautiful, magical mothering journey of really learning how to mother from within, mothering our inner selves so we can mother our outer circumstances, right? When we really learn to discover how to mother from within, and we always look within first, we're not going to feel so lonely because we're not going to be looking outside of ourselves for that connection. We're going to be looking within for the connection. And when you have the connection within yourself, the loneliness will never enter your life again. Okay? Yes? Does that make sense? I hope that was helpful. And if you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I get that, but how do I do it? Please reach out. Please reach out. There's, we've got a lot of new things coming into the forefront. We've got one-on-one mentoring that's going to be including the Discover Your Rhythm 3-month journey. We've got, amen. Yes, Krista, isn't that the truth, right? Yeah. So it's been something that's been brewing, and this is really exciting. So I'm hoping that spoke to you in a way that made sense. Laura has a couple more spirit guides, but Frog has really spoke to me. Yeah, and it's been more of a recent one, right? Which makes more sense. that would be one that pops up into your life right now, because you're really going through a big transition, finding your place in the world as your old life. Literally, the wind ripped the leaves right off of your tree, right? But there was a fire. So sometimes trauma happens to our trees, so to say, if we are the tree, and lightning strikes it and a fire burns it out, or a windstorm or a hailstorm rips all of our leaves off, right? And then instantly we're devastated. And so we've got to find the tools to hey Denise, we've got to find the tools to realign and to allow ourselves to be in that space. Burnt the past for a reason. Absolutely. Everything is absolutely. Yes, absolutely for a reason. When we think that things are just happening and things are unraveling in a way that feel very unnerving and uncomfortable, if we can step into that inner connection, that connection within, and we can find that peace and that connection within, which is what I've realized this entire journey is, through rhythm. Rhythm is connecting within, using the outward circumstances to reflect and connect within our own lives so that we can really feel that we're not alone on this journey. We've got the sun, the moon, the stars, the trees, the ravens cracking at me. We have this entire world literally supporting us in our journey to be and do whatever our hearts desire. And if we don't change our thoughts about what we desire, we will constantly get the same results. And if you're tired of getting the same results, then it's time to change your thoughts. Change your habits, change your thoughts, become aware, and get into a rhythm that creates the life that you actually want. Hey, Carly, good morning. So that is what is happening this morning. So I would love to hear some more insight about how maybe this connects with you, about going in and connecting within to literally dispel any loneliness, any fear. Fear is a big one. We live by fear because our whole society dictates and runs and is fueled by fear, right? And so when we allow ourselves to live from the inside out, when we change our inside world, our outside world has to change. Again, it could take some time. Fall and spring are not back to back. Fall happens, winter happens, and then spring. So know if there's some big shifts and changes going on, you could be in a season of fall. And when, and allowing yourself the going within for winter, which could be a very short winter. It could just be a couple weeks of winter in your life. So when we kind of realize that seasons happen not necessarily correlating with the seasons outside of us, but we can have our own inner seasons of transformation, and seeing that there might be a space of just dormant, of nothing, of just being, and having to look within and finding a source and connection not outside of ourselves. Because so often, even we could be with our partners, with our significant others, and feel absolutely no connection with them, right? I've been in that space before. I've been in a space where I have my kids who want nothing more than to play with me, and all I can do is, I can't even connect with them, right? I remember when they were really little. Zion was maybe 2, and Skyanne would have been, 1. And there was this time where I couldn't even connect. I was so lost. I was so lonely. I was so just broken. And I couldn't even connect with my babies, who just wanted nothing more than to love me. And I wouldn't even allow their love in, because I didn't have it from within. What we don't have within, we cannot receive from outside of us. And this took me a long, 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 long frickin' time to figure out. I don't know why it took me so long, but I didn't understand it. People always said, if you don't have money, it's because you don't have money within. I'm like, what does that mean? Could you be any more vague? That doesn't help me. And even now, it's like, wow, if I don't feel prosperous within myself, just being me, I will not attract that prosperity from outside of me. Right? So it's the same thing. If you don't have love within yourself, if you don't feel connected within yourself and connected to yourself, you will not find it outside of yourself. So sometimes it's easier to see it as a tree analogy. Sometimes it's easier to finally just get it and go, oh, wow, okay, if I think I'm broke, I'm going to be broke. If I think I'm not worthy of love, I'm never going to be worthy of love, until inside and within our own minds and our own bodies and our own hearts and our own spirits, literally our spirits have to be the ones to believe in ourselves enough to attract it from the outside of us. So, one more really amazing thing that the In Tune with the Infinite book was talking about, and he was saying that spirits, because he said that, you know, he talked about the afterlife and how spirits kind of hang around. And so he said, when a spirit or when a person is in the world and all they're looking for is material possessions, money, material possessions, trying to get, you know, a better life material wise instead of an inner wealth of peace and joy and love, when they're only seeking things outside of themselves and mere material possessions, and they die, they continue to seek and have those same longings, and yet they're not in material bodies, so there's no way to connect material possessions, nor is there any need for money or material possessions on the other side, and yet that's all they desire, because that's all they desired in this life. So what is it that you really want to be desiring that has nothing to do with this life? That you will create this amazing abundance, in this life that can actually far exceed what the material world could ever give you. So yes, and it says for a time, it's like double torture for this period of time, probably a winter, right? It's this period of extreme torture, because not only do they not have a physical body, but all they desire is physical possessions until they go through the torment, right? They actually have to go through it because there's nothing else to do. They have to go through that torment and heal fully from it, and then they're able to evolve outside of it. Yeah, absolutely. So he talked about all of this, and it was so amazing of like, where is my head? What is it that I truly desire? Is it just that, you know, and I finally did drop, like, of course I want my business to make money, but why? Well, so that my kids and I can go to farmers markets and support local wild food. The biblical version of hell, absolutely. Double torture, absolutely. That it makes perfect sense, Krista. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, living life in a way that is pushing or driving us into something that is not of real inner value will always create torment and feelings of disconnect and feelings of being lost. It will create anger, frustration. So any of those things, when any of those reactions or triggers are coming up, know that just take a look. Where is my trajectory? What am I really longing for? And go a little bit deeper, because there's always something deeper. When you're after material possessions, you're often after safety, security, feeling loved, feeling connected. When you're trying to distract yourself in Facebook and in TV, you're looking for connection. And I wrote this, you're looking for love in all the wrong places. I don't know the tune of that song, but it kept popping into my head like that. Looking for love in all the wrong places. I don't even know if that's a real song, but it kept coming into my mind like that. So, sorry, that's just how it is. Like, just got a thought of one reason I needed the fire is because I was on the wrong path. Are you right? And my friend who was here just the other day, her husband keeps hearing that he is not supposed to be at the job that he's at. He's supposed to leave, and he won't leave. He's too scared. And she keeps telling him, you hear it, right? Don't make something awful happen for you to finally leave that job. because you're not supposed to be there anymore. And when you're not supposed to be in a situation anymore and you don't listen, usually it's very extreme, because you have to get out of whatever situation or whatever path you're on, especially if your inner self is not aligned with the outer circumstances. And you knew it, felt it, and ignored it. Yes. And so we don't want to make those mistakes twice, right? If we're not in the right circumstances, figure out how to shift and how to change. I keep thinking, Laura, for you, because it's my dream too, is to get a travel trailer. And see what's possible. Don't be like, oh, I don't have money for a travel trailer. But is it possible for you and your kids to move into a trailer? Is that possible? And just like say that. Is it possible to like be on our own? But that's really my dream goal, is to get a travel trailer, to Airbnb out our house when we're traveling around, and I want to go and do camping trips all over the United States, Hawaii, Canada, Mexico, with Magical Mothering, and just meet women all over the world and have camping trips everywhere. So, nope, I'm good. One fire is enough, right? Right. So we better start listening. I think Zion's kidney disorder that he has, my son, my 5-year-old, his kidneys were failing, and it completely woke us up to food. We had no idea. I had no idea. I mean, I was following Waldorf. I was making our own bread. I was doing all of that. I had stopped drinking soda, but I had no idea how much further down the rabbit hole was possible. And now, I mean, I know that every morsel of food that we put into our bodies affects our bodies to a degree that is outstanding. So I know this Facebook Live was a little bit long. Thank you for being here live with me. Thanks for connecting with me. I felt like this was a really powerful and exciting aspect to share. And so thanks for being with me this morning. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Yay. I'm glad you loved it. This is something that is so dear and close to my heart that I think we'll be sharing more about it and going deeper into this. Oh, thank you. Love your shares. Thank you. I realize that's really the only reason we're here, right? Is to share and connect with each other. So thanks for being here, and I will see you all tomorrow. And hey, post some pictures of what you're doing for this Wilderness Wednesday. Get outside, do whatever you can, even if it's just going into a tree in your front yard and connecting with it, or if you're at work like Krista is, going out to a tree nearby and just spending some time with the nature spirits and really feeling that connection that is so different than any physical connection to a person who sometimes we can have a lot of walls and things up with. So peace and blessings to all of you, and to each of you. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.